Okay, listen up. This test will show how healthy your brain is. Seeing is believing, or is it really? Visual or optical illusions have tricked the minds of many generations throughout the centuries. Aristotle himself noticed that if you shift your stare from a moving waterfall to perfectly stable rocks, they will magically move as well. Oh, wow, man, that's cool. Visual illusions are more than just fun for the audience. They can also help you find out if your brain is healthy. Brightside has 9 curiosities for you to stare at. Let's see how many of them you can figure out. Okay, I'm game for that. We will tell you what your results say about your mental health at the end of this video. Counting down from number 9, bicycle. Okay, this one seems pretty plain. There is a bicycle and it's moving. Still, there is something wrong here, something mysterious. Can you figure out what the trick is? You have 15 seconds to enjoy the ride and figure it out. What makes the bicycle move? Obviously, the fact that the spokes in its wheels are rotating. Nah, it can't be that easy when it comes to optical illusions. In fact, the spokes remain in place, and the colors that fill the wheels, those 50 shades of gray, that keeps changing. Oh man, really? This illusory motion effect is created thanks to small, quick eye movements. Scientists are still working on figuring out how this phenomenon works to understand the perception of motion better. Number 8. Café wall illusion. The name of this illusion was inspired by a tiled wall of a cafe in Bristol. Like Starbucks? Nah. But I will tell you no more for now. Can you tell if the dark lines are parallel to each other or inclined? You've got 15 seconds to give it a closer look. Again, it seemed like an easy question. The lines are so obviously inclined. It turns out that they're not. Let us blur the image quite a bit. More. Now that all the small elements are completely blurred, you can see the dark blue lines are actually parallel to each other. Well, that's not fair. This phenomenon is known as the café wall illusion. It was first described more than 100 years ago, but got its name only in the 1970s, when a guy named Steve Buscemi noticed a similar effect on the wall of a cafe in Bristol. Little black and white bricks at the intersection of wide lines make this illusion possible. Curved elements inside the blue lines only make this effect stronger. The reason we see this distortion is that our retinal neurons and neurons in the visual cortex work together in quite a peculiar way. Number 7. A fair lady. This gorgeous lady must be a ballerina. Otherwise, how does she keep rotating like that with that much grace? Like on her toes? But we're not here to discuss her artistic skills. Instead, can you tell if she is moving in one or two directions? Your 15 seconds to figure it out start now. So, what do you think? Left, right, both? The correct answer is she is moving in the right direction. Number 6. Upside down Steve Buscemi. Can you tell me what's wrong with Steve Buscemi? I mean, I hope Steve is perfectly fine, but can you tell me what's wrong with the second picture? You've got 20 seconds for a closer look. These pictures look the same to me. Hit thumbs up if you think so too. Let's try to turn it upside down. Oh no, that is way too scary. It seems like my eyes tricked me again. By the way, here is another fun celebrity optical illusion. Number 5. The impossible triangle. Meet the impossible triangle. But wait, what makes it so impossible, you say? You've got 15 seconds to figure it out before you hear the explanation. The impossible triangle, known as Penrose triangle, is so called because it can never exist in reality. If it did exist, it would be absolutely contrary to the rules of Euclidean geometry. What is so wrong with this figure? Well, if you follow the ball sliding on the surface of the triangle from the top point, you will see that the left side is extending away and the right side is leaning towards you. However, they both seem to be on the same plane. Only an optical illusion makes it seemingly possible to the human eye. Wow, I think my eyes are crossed and I can't straighten them out. Number 4. Chessboard. You can't play any chess with this board because it's moving all over the place. Or is it? You have 15 seconds to decide if the lines are rotating. As hard as it is to believe, the eyes actually remain where they were. You can see it if you focus on just one of them. If you stare at one point and ignore the constant movement of black and white dots, it all becomes clear. And that's the way, huh? Number 3. Boxes. It takes one large box and one little box and some magic to make this illusion possible. I will leave some space to your imagination here. Let's discuss it in the comments section. How is it possible for the little box to be outside, inside, and part of the large box at the same time? Number 2. Rubik's Cube. What are these red and green and white lines all about? It looks like something familiar, but what exactly is it? I give you 15 seconds to try and guess. We are going to need a cylindrical mirror to get the right answer. It's a Rubik's Cube. This optical illusion is based on anamorphosis. Hey, I remember anamorphosis. She used to live down the street. Actually, it's a form of perspective. The idea of it is to transform images so distorted it is almost impossible to guess what they are into something that makes sense using a cylindrical mirror. And it only makes sense if you do it from one special point, so only one person can see it at a time. It would be a great way to send hidden messages. It turns out this technique is not a 21st century 3D era invention. It actually dates back to late Renaissance, which was in the 16th century. And number 1. Amazing transformation. To top it all, here is one illusion that will blow your mind and transform your life. Wow, will it also make me richer or better looking? Hey pal, I don't think we have an illusion powerful enough for that, but you will never be able to look at Hillary like you used to. Stare into her eyes and get ready for it. Oh my goodness! Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's find out if your brain is healthy or different from normal. What is the connection between my brain and all of these optical illusions, you might ask? I see them with my eyes. Well, here is some news for you. When it comes to vision, your eyes are only one part of this complicated mechanism. They transmit information about the light they perceive to the brain through the optic nerve. The brain then does all the hard interpreting work. Because it gets lazy sometimes, or just too busy, it has worked out some processing shortcuts. It uses shadows, perspective, and color to correct the image it gets and decide what is what and how it works. The brain of a healthy person deceives itself. So, if you can't figure out how things are in all the illusions, it only proves the fact that you are a perfectly normal person. Boy, that's a relief. People who see what the deceit part of the illusion is and how it works immediately are either schizophrenics or geniuses. Their brain uses no shortcuts and doesn't put all the details together to make things easier. People with schizophrenia cannot choose how and what they see. Genius minds can decide if they want to perceive the deceit or not. Healthy normal people can also do it. Now that you know the secrets of quite a few illusions, you might start looking at things differently as well. If you like this video, let us know by using the special thumbs up button. If this video gets 60,000 likes, we'll share more amazing optical illusions to trick your brain. Subscribe to our channel not to miss any updates. Remember, life is better on the bright side.